today. We're down next to the Marriott in the harbor. It's pretty busy down here. This is Adam Speaks. We're down recording live from the Long Wharf Marriott. Do you hear the wind? There's I'm seaside today. We're recording seaside. So something that I've been thinking about, something I think is interesting. I don't know. I think it's interesting. You'll probably find it interesting. Is what Twitter has been doing, and just Twitter in general. Something that I've noticed they did recently was they switched it so, for some reason, that you can see tweets that are liked by certain users, and which is really strange. I think what that's done is it's created I feel like a lot of random tweets are just going viral now, and I think that has something to do with it, because you see, for whatever reason, if it gets 3 or 4 or 5 likes, I don't know exactly how the system works, but it's really just, it's saturating the market. And maybe it's just because it's making them easier to find, because they show up more often. Because if you're liking, I feel like people like more than they retweet. I think I'm retweeting news, and sometimes people, and sometimes memes, but for the most part, it's just news stuff and maybe funny pictures. But now they're showing people liking tweets. I think it's a good move for them, for Twitter, because Twitter is not doing well. And they haven't been doing well. And I think, the funny, I guess people, excuse me one second. Excuse me. The stock is one way you can tell that it's not doing well. It's just been going down and down and down and down. And then they mismanaged Vine. Somehow they still have Periscope. Somehow that's still up. And I'm pretty sure that's just because of big fights and big UFC events, because that's the only time I've used Periscope. I've used it 3 or 4 times in the past year. It was for the last McGregor fight. I think it was for some McGregor fight against Diaz. I don't know, some McGregor UFC fight. And then what's the other one? Oh, Pacquiao Mayweather, which I think that might not even have been this year. It might have been last year, so I've used it even less than I expected. But Periscope, somehow, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that Periscope's still around, because Twitter owns it, and I'm sure Twitter has mismanaged it very poorly. But I also think it's unfortunate. I think the one reason why people aren't using Twitter is I think also it's weird, because I think it's a reason why people are, reason why people are using it, and it's a reason why people aren't using it. Anybody can just put anything up on there, and which I'm not I'm doing air quotations right now, a fake news type of person, but there's a lot of it, and I hate saying that there is a lot of it, but there just is. It's just viral tweets of photos and words and images and just everything that just aren't correct and that are just totally fake. And the one that I saw recently, which I've seen every single time there's some sort of natural disaster, is the shark video, or the photoshopped video of the shark in the road. Which this time I saw it on Facebook this time. So that's a fake picture, but people think that's real. And the only reason I think that's real is because I use social media and Twitter, and I'm in the depths of Twitter way too often. So I've seen this photo, so I know it's not real. But there are people who just casually use it, and they look at that and they say, wow, look at this shark. That's crazy. When that's just not a real thing. You see a lot of these videos, the viral videos that are just informational on Facebook. 75% of those are stating generalities that are proving a point that could prove either point, but then they say one fact that is so general that and they're trying to prove points with general statements that could prove the fact either way. And I think that's also what's led to some of the I guess you could say the controversial groups protesting is because with Twitter, and I think this is a platform type of issue here. With Twitter, this is the problem I ran into. I follow Kurt Schilling, who is notoriously pro-Trump, right-wing guy. Who loves bashing Obama. And anything that's anti-Obama, it could be fake or it could be real. He just retweets it all the time. And I see it and I look at it, I'm like, wow, these people are they're so annoying because they don't want to be right. They just want the other side to be wrong. And they're more worried about the other side being wrong than themselves being right. And I was thinking, wow, I think I'm going to unfollow Kurt Schilling. But I think in this kind of scenario, what's happened here is the same thing that happens to these groups of people that use social media to spread kind of the message of whatever they're trying to spread. That's not great. And with Twitter, you follow people and they follow you back. So it's like if you tweet out, if you have a bunch of followers that all have the same opinion as you, or you have the same opinion as a bunch of other people, obviously they're going to agree with you. And you're not really going to get that many people who are just going to disagree. Because they're following you. They wouldn't be following you if they disagreed or they didn't want to see what you had to say. So you have a bunch of people who have not really had anyone tell them that they're incorrect or describe their opinion as being incorrect or their facts or anything that they're saying that is incorrect. And that's what's led to them just being like, well, there's no way that I'm wrong. This opinion that I have, there's no way that I could be wrong. But that's what's led to people being able to just, and I think that's the other problem with Twitter. You can be, there's a helicopter above us. Must be a Twitter helicopter that can hear me talking shit about them. You have groups of people that are allowed to just say anything they want without any type of repercussions, because what's the worst that could happen? They're just going to get their Twitter taken away, and then they're just going to make another one. The people that are just saying whatever they want, they don't have any, they're just cartoon pictures, or they're just some random logo, or random things. And they're not, like, there's no name or face behind it, but there is. And that's the problem. There is no name or face. There is the person that's obviously saying it, but then there's no repercussions for that person to say it. And I think that's one thing that people like about Twitter, and that's also, I think, something that I've realized that I don't really like that much about it. Because, like I said, we're Harborside. That was a boat. In case you thought I was lying. In case you thought that was a lie. So, I think Twitter is one of the, I think it can be the best platform at times, and it can also be the worst platform at times, because people will they'll just retweet anything, and they'll just put out anything into the world. They don't really care about what they're really saying, and most of the people that are just saying whatever they want, they don't have a real picture. They don't have a picture of themselves up there. They just have some random thing. So, I mean, something that I was thinking is that the only way you can put a picture or you can have a profile is if you take, I'm just thinking of ways that I can fix the anonymous users. Is the only way you can have a profile is if you take a picture, take a selfie, or I guess with the selfie cam, or you take some picture from your phone and you upload it right to Twitter, which then would lead to some problems, I guess, using the Twitter on the computer. You just can't really do that, but you have to use a webcam. This is kind of where I'm getting into the semantics of the rule, but I think that now would just, you would expose yourself as being someone who just is anonymous. Not having your picture is anonymous, but you can also have pictures of people. You also put up fake pictures of people that aren't actually yourself. I don't know. That's it. Twitter rant is over. It'll be back, I'm sure. I'm sure something else will be on Twitter. I've thought about not using Twitter as much, but I don't know. Used it for too long to quit now. So that's it. Adam Speaks, iTunes. Leave a review. Download, subscribe, episode 49, by the way. I didn't mention that at the beginning. So that's going to be it. Everybody, have a great day.